Hello everyone. I'm excited to bring you another Q&A this week while we're still in quarantine. I have some good questions here, so I'm excited to get into it. First, gotta say, go Ravens. It was really great. We're watching the draft. I know we haven't had sports for a while, so that was a really big highlight of the week, gotta say. So with that, I just want to say too, I hope you and your family are doing well, staying safe. I know this is hard, but we're in this together. Trust me, we are in this together. And with that, I got a really great question to start us off, which is something for goalies to do solo, no net or friends in lockdown. A lot of us are in this position, don't have somebody that can help us out or have a lacrosse goalie there. And I actually a couple weeks ago wrote a blog breaking down different things that you can do on your own. And the thing is that it doesn't have to be explicitly playing goalie. And I think a lot of us get in this mindset that we have to go outside in our pads, get shots, do drills, have a coach. There's so many different things that you can do to improve your game, even if you're not playing goalie, like watching film, doing strength training, plyometrics, doing agility drills. The list goes on, and I laid it out in this recent blog post. So definitely recommend going to www.lmlaxtraining.com/blog. And if you want more ideas, reach out too. There's a ton there, but if you want some more, happy to send you some more too. But I think that it provides a really great starting point if you really don't know what to do. Next question: reaction time and flinching. So I'm gonna tackle the flinching first because it's honestly really common, especially because there's this whole thing around shin guards and goalies not wanting to wear them because, swag points, not cool. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. I never wore shin guards. I didn't want to wear them. But the reality is, one, you have to wear them. So there's no, especially the younger ones, you have to. There's no getting around it. So just wear them. Two, I honestly regret not wearing them more because I started flinching, and because it's normal. If you are getting hit with a ball going incredibly fast and it just keeps nailing you and hurting you, of course it's going to be a natural human reaction to protect yourself and move away from that. Okay, playing goalie goes against all those instincts. Okay, and I remember one of my teammates actually at one point said, after a shooting drill, I was like, complained that hurt. She said, don't you get used to it? Like, come on. I was like, would you get used to getting crushed with a ball going 70 miles an hour, getting shot on right 3 feet in front of your face? Probably not. No, because it still hurts. It hurts every time. There's just no getting around it. But you love the position, so you kind of take it as it comes and try to brush it off. But a lot of goalies I find start flinching like I did because they're not wearing the padding. So first and foremost, just let go of it, okay? Protecting yourself is not lame, all right? Do what you need to do to stay safe because there are plenty of goalies that have to end up getting injury or getting surgeries because of the injuries that are caused from that. So be smart. The other thing is, if you are protected and you still feel like you're flinching, something that I did was I started wearing sweatpants more. And this was just a mental layer for me to make myself feel like I was more protected so I wouldn't flinch. If that doesn't work, I would ask your coach, or you can grab a player, injured player, to just shoot on you with some tennis balls. Sometimes just taking away the lacrosse ball itself and actually realizing that, getting hit with something softer takes away, again, some of that mental reflex. Also, you can, just take the pace off if you're working with a coach and you start noticing that. That's my go-to. I'll always go tennis balls. I'll increase the speed of the tennis balls, then I'll go lacrosse balls softer, and then I'll increase the pace of my lacrosse balls. So I hope something in there helps. If none of those help, again, feel free to reach out. But what I found is that going through those processes over a long period of time usually ends up working itself out with getting rid of that flinching reflex. So, reaction time itself. There are a ton of things that you can do for this. I actually wrote a blog about this one too. But some of the things you can do involve, one, getting a coach or really anyone to get tennis balls and just hit the balls at you with a tennis racket. I warm up my goalies a lot with this before the game. Usually it's the very first thing, just to, again, get those hands going. Another thing I really like to do is the game time drill. So you're facing away from the coach and they're in front. They yell shot and goalie turns and shoots. Okay, there are different ways to, again, make this easier or harder depending on how close the person that's shooting is standing, how fast they get that shot off, how fast actually the pace of their shot is. So there are a ton of variables in that you can change. Also, another variable I really like to make it game-like is yell stand further away on the shot call, and then once a turn happens, then the attacker shooter will start moving. So again, it's really super game-like, especially off of a feed from X. You get that turn, and then you're having to move as if that attacker caught it in the middle and then is trying to get around a defender. So that's one I really like. The other thing is honestly just improving your movement efficiency. So whether that's going through save reps on its own, or working on some strength training, plyometrics, agility, all of that is going to improve your reaction time. One last one that I really like, it's super simple, you don't need a stick or anything, is just to get a partner 2 balls out. You can start really close at first and then slowly back up, and then they'll drop one, you have to go and get it. Another one is to also improve your sprint time, is to start about 5 yards away from someone that's holding 2 balls. They can be tennis balls or lacrosse balls out of the tee. Obviously, tennis ball, just so you know, it's going to bounce a little bit slower. So, because the goal is going to be, they're going to drop one, and then you want to get that ball to catch it before it bounces for that second time. So, again, a lacrosse ball is not going to bounce as much, so it's going to be a little bit harder, but if you get a tennis ball, it usually stays up for longer. So you can experiment with that. Obviously, the further away you are, the harder it's going to be. So try those out, and I have more. Like I said, I just don't want to make this video super long, so if you have more questions or want more, feel free to reach out. Small goalie, how can I bait low shots? So this one's tough, I'm not going to lie, but as somebody that is a little bit on the shorter end, one thing that I would do is just so you want to make yourself bigger here. So don't bend your knees as much, but you want to have a slight bend so you can still explode. But then also try to hold your stick up a little bit higher. So maybe instead of holding, right even with your nose or mouth, I'm putting it up a little bit higher. But keep in mind too, you don't want to put it up so high that we're not covering anything up top and our stick's going above the crossbar. So make sure you have somebody that can kind of see that from the outside, whether it's a coach or a teammate, and see what your angles are looking like, just so you're taking up more space. Another thing you can do is to start a little bit higher on your arc, so take a step out. So again, you're taking up more space, but you have to be careful with this because when you're further out, you're taking away your time to react. Okay, so just keep that in mind before you do it. You can definitely experiment with it. The time would definitely be, I think, for 8 meters. When you get more of that funnel, it's less likely that the attacker is going to move side to side and get you off angle. So definitely try those out, see how they go. Hope that helps. Next question. How many miles to run in order to lose weight? Is 1 a day enough or more? Okay, so this is a tough question, and it's really common, well, on a number of different reasons, honestly, but I just want to say first, this question can be kind of sensitive. I know it was for me. I definitely had body issues, because I always thought I was too big, and in reality, I wasn't. That was just my self-perception, which again is really common in young girls. So I want to be kind of careful about how I address this, and say, first and foremost, it's really important that athletes understand that you need a lot of energy to fuel your performance, and trying to lose weight is not in the best interest of your performance unless you are unhealthy, in which case it would be better for your health to do so. And if you are in a position, you're an older athlete and losing weight would improve your performance, then there's a time and a place for it. Like now, actually, I'm not gonna lie, because the thing is, your season is so far away, so your performance is not going to be impacted by that negative energy balance. Because here's the thing. The key to losing weight is just a negative energy balance. You want to be expending more calories than you're taking in. Okay? And calories are energy. I really should have just said energy. You want to be taking in less calories than you're expending. Everybody thinks calories are bad. It's just energy. And actually, that's kind of one of the reasons why I started the Patreon account. So if you don't know that, I have a Patreon. It's called, you just go to www.patreon.com/CoachLindsayM. And there you'll find a bunch of content, which also is another great way if you want to support the content that I am providing for goalie training, and get a whole bunch of extra resources on your mindset, on growth, on nutrition, and training. It's all there. And every week I ask the people that are subscribed to it what they're interested in learning about so that I can then write blogs. And it's every single day I write one blog on every single one of those 4 topics. So over the course of the week, you have 20 blogs. You could take the weekend, read them all. Every month, 80 blogs. It's a lot of information. I'm 2 weeks in, and it's been really great getting to break those things down. Especially one of the first ones I did was, are you eating enough? Because especially for athletes, this is really common. For instance, I'll just use me as an example, okay? Everybody has what is called a BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. This is how much energy your body uses when it's just laying down, doing nothing. It's just working. And it's amazing the amount of energy our body uses. Ready? My BMRs, granted, you pretty much can only get an estimate, but my BMR is approximately 1,500 calories, okay? There was a large part of my life where I was eating less than that. What? Okay, and I'm trying to go and do all this stuff. Like, it's no wonder why, there were definitely times where I felt super fatigued. Like, I remember I had to stop training because I just got overheated, and I, started doing the whole spots thing. Like, you have to fuel your bodies. It is so, so important. And it's something that I wish I had known way earlier. So I just want to say that there is a very likely chance that a lot of athletes are not eating enough. And so if I'm just by doing nothing, burning 1,500 calories, think about what happens when I then go walk. I go do chores. I, go to a practice. I go to a lift. I go to a conditioning session. You're easily close to 2,500 calories. Easily. Maybe even pushing 3,000, depending on what you do. Actually, probably definitely pushing 3,000. You add a practice in there. So you need to eat a lot. You need a lot of fuel. And so I just want to make sure, first of all, you're doing that. Because to get to your question, you could honestly not run and lose weight. If you're in a negative energy balance, you wouldn't need to run. Now, there's also, this goes with this also preconceived notion that you have to do a bunch of cardio to lose weight. That's also not true. But running is good for you. The one thing I will say with running is just make sure you're taking care of your body. Running a mile a day is absolutely fine. And yes, it will help you create a negative energy balance. But if you're trying to improve your performance, just going for a mile run, it's not going to do that much for you, honestly. I mean, yeah, if you have no aerobic base at all, yeah, it's going to be helpful. But if you're trying to improve your performance, I would suggest taking that mile and sprinting for 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, somewhere in there, and then jogging for the rest of the minute, and do that till you get to a mile. That is going to have huge benefit for you down the road. And then, you can slowly start to reduce the amount of your recovery time, increase the amount of sprint time, and over the long term. And if you have specifics about that, again, I can certainly try to help as best as I can. But yeah, you don't have to run a ton of miles to lose weight. But running is still good. You just got to make sure you're taking care of your body and not overdoing it. So, last question. How's life? Life is good. This was actually from one of my former players in California. So, what's up? Thanks for asking. Life is good. I am in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is a beach town in North Carolina with my younger sister. And I haven't really gotten to spend a lot of time with her in the past couple years because I was living in California and she stayed, basically moved here, has been here for 4 years, 3 or something like that. Um, so it's been really nice to catch up and hang out, be near the beach, especially because they just opened them back up. So I'm excited about that. But I really can't complain. Yes, this is weird. I mean, I didn't think that this was going to be my life now, but, you know, we're here, we're in it, and, you know, things could be worse. So I'm just counting, all the blessings that I have and that, all my family are safe and healthy right now. And, I'm super grateful for everyone that's, out there working every single day and putting their lives on the line to help other people. So, I consider myself pretty fortunate right now. And I'm really also grateful to be able to have the time to give back more to all the goalies and coaches that want to learn and grow because before I didn't have all this time to do that. So I'm really grateful and excited for that. And I hope that this question and answer was helpful. Sorry, it's a little bit longer than the last one, but as always, if you have further questions, always feel free to reach out via email or Instagram message or however. But just keep in mind, I can't respond if you're in high school and younger than a junior. So but I can keep that for the next Q&A. So don't think that I'm ignoring you because I appreciate every question I get, but yeah, unless you're a coach, it's kind of tough for me to, or older, it's tough for me to answer all the questions. But I'm trying. I'm trying to use your questions and make content so that I can answer your questions in another way. So I'll end now, so I will stop going on and on unnecessarily. But thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys next week. And if you want to support this page and me creating more content, definitely head to Patreon because I would love to know what you guys think. And talk to you guys next time. Bye.